Hello fam, I'm Fox Yoga and today we are going to do a very special meditation that I have prepared with all the love of the universe for all of you. Thank you very much to Trippy Yogi for the invitation. I love you so much. Today we are going to raise our vibrational frequency in towards self-heal through this great journey towards ourselves through meditation. You will radiate light around you. Yes, you will feel once you have your frequency elevate, peace in your mind, peace in your soul. You will feel bright, and this state of light will take you around you to the environment of the people around you. This will bring by itself a harmonious state in many aspects of your life. Now, we are going to start the meditation, and for that, I need you to make yourself comfortable. You can lay down. Try as much as possible that you are alone at this time. You can also use a cushion to sit or feel yourself if you prefer. Try as much as possible that there are no external noise that can distract you, and once that you are ready and you feel comfortable, we are going to start with this experience. Close your eyes and focus on the breath. We inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We are feeling how the air enters throughout your body, how it reaches the lungs, how it leaves with each inhalation and with each exhalation. Our body becomes more loose. The nape of the neck loosens. The forehead loosens. The muscles, the cheekbones loosen. The mouth, the tongue loosens. The whole neck and the whole head loosen. The shoulders, the arms, the hands rest at the sides. The thorax is loosened. The spine loosens. The whole torso rests. The hips relax. The pelvis, the legs are heavy, so heavy. The feet loosen. The soles of the feet. The toes are relaxed. And in this state of tranquility, in this state of peace, you visualize, imagine above your head, just above the crown, a sphere of radiant white light in motion, radiating its light all around. It floats just above your head, illuminating everything. You feel how it enters your body through the crown and illuminates everything in this spot. This in the head continues to descend and everything lights up, enlarge and illuminates your entire body. The lights run through your interior, spreading through your arms and down your legs to your feet. It runs through the torso, the head. Your whole body fills with light. It travels. It comes and goes harmoniously and lovely throughout your body, radiating and filling it with that pure white light. You feel that the light is cleaning, healing every part of your body and your mind. It goes through everything and illuminates everything. Now, it stops in the center of your heart. And from there, brighter than ever, it expands, expands, expands. At the same time, throughout your body, and with each breath, the light grows within you and becomes even brighter and brighter. Your body is full of light. You are light. And with each breath, that light grows more and more. You can feel it in your body. It comes out in your skin and it expands more and more. With each breath, the light grows and your whole body becomes brighter. It shines to such an extent that all radiant light that is expanding towards the whole universe. Allow yourself to feel yourself now. You will remain that way, bright, radiant light all around you, expanding all the light of love and healing of wisdom. That divine light that lives within you. You will stay that way, and when you feel it's convenient, you will go back to your body little by little. You can start by moving your fingers slowly. You can move your feet gently, your hands little by little. You go back and your body wakes up. You can move your shoulders a little in a circle, and you are here. Welcome again. Now open your eyes. You can feel the pleasure, the harmony, the inner peace that this meditation has left you. All your bodies, even if you don't see it, they continue to shine just as you did at the time. I'm glad with all my heart that you were able to raise your vibration. Remember that you can do this meditation whenever you consider it convenient. It's very important that we all raise our level of consciousness and our vibration, and that we transmit this to all the people who are around us. Thank you for being here with them, opening your heart and mind and expanding that light that you carry inside. Only you keep it shining, so don't let it turn off. I'm very happy to have been able to share this wonderful experience with all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Sending light and vibrational flow for everyone. I wish you the best in the whole universe. Namaste.
that. everybody for joining on this wonderful journey. Thank you, Foxy Yoga, so much for bringing this love and light into the space. Everybody who's here, we're so happy to have you here. It's been a wonderful pre-WIP trip. Amazing vibes. Hope everyone's ready to hear what the speakers have in store, and we'll go ahead and get started shortly.
Awesome. Quick mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. What's up, everyone? This is Matthew. A very tired Matthew. I don't know if jet lag's the right word, but I was on a plane for like 12 hours, bringing the family back from the West Coast in the US over to Korea for the next month or so. Crazy trip. So excited that I landed in time, and this is exactly why I scheduled my flight the way I did, so I would have time to be with everyone here at the WIP. Big shout out to Foxy Yoga for helping to get our minds centered and just right during Trippy Yogi's pre-WIP trip. Thank you so much for that. And like Trippy was saying, we have some amazing speakers today. I would say that the WIP today is a pretty meaty one. We're going to get things kicked off, and if you're not already in CryptoVoxels, make sure you do jump in there. We're at Known Origins, CryptoVoxels Gallery. They're hosting the WIP this week, and they will kick off the speaker updates this week. There's going to be a little bit of a walkthrough on some of the new features that they have planned. And then after that, Metamick and Lawson from Raw Raw will tell us the latest about what's going on with their projects. And I do believe we're going to have a little bit of a community auction get kicked off live during their update during the WIP. And then lastly, Varian is going to be talking about her collaboration with Catchy Kitty Bast that will drop on Nifty Gateway next Monday. Crazy background. Both of them have been fighting through and trying to fend off COVID. Kitty's under the weather still, but cracking on, making sure that the assets are finalized. Varian is here to talk about everything that they're doing. And then the show doesn't stop after that. While we're all in CryptoVoxels taking our group photo, Eclectic Method will be putting on a nice set for all of us to help lead us into the Afties with the show, because he's back from the dentist office. The dental clinic let him go, give him back to the WIP. Very excited for that. And so much news going on in the whole space, a lot of amazing developments. The one that I just want to highlight, and one that happened and I became aware of as soon as I got off the plane today, was that a project called Solvency, created by Ezra Miller, that was featured on the WIP, and we helped kind of launch the project back in April. The floor for this generative art project is just kind of going bonkers right now. And I left with a notification that one of the works from the Solvency collection that I had scooped after the WIP, or during the WIP rather, in April, sold for 30 ETH yesterday. There's a crazy amount of alpha that gets sprayed and shared at the WIP. That's just one of many, many examples. I'm sure there's going to be more examples like that shared during the WIP today. Just want to make sure everyone stays aware. And when you hear and come across a cool project at the WIP, take advantage of it. Go participate. Get in early. It's a really fun way to experience this explosion of creativity and projects and creators that we're seeing emerge in the space. Also, one quick shout out. Rizzo and I recorded a very, very amazing, probably one of our best podcasts, but I say this every time, with Johan Unger from MarbleCards and Meme.com. Go check that out if you haven't listened to that episode of the Matthew and Rizzo Show. And with that, I'm going to shut my mouth, pass the mic to the best hype man in the metaverse, my dude, Rizzo Man. Whenever you're ready, unmute and get this hype train started for today.
Thank you, sir. Everyone can hear me all right? The riddleness. I like that.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, in the channel just below here, in the Cypher channel, I'm going to do the big WIP draw. I didn't forget that I owe you guys 100 WIP to be distributed amongst like 700 people or whatever, but I got you back. I'm also going to claim my own drop. Cool. So claim that in the channel just below this. While I'm rambling here, let's see, what do we got? Going down my notes. Matt was in our Twitter Spaces today with Vertical Crypto. It was fun. You guys should come hang out at noon on Thursdays, noon Eastern time. We're doing it every week. And if anyone here wants to be a guest, hit us up. We're just BSing on the super rare drop today. It was fun. Yeah, so Matt joined us. That was cool. I gave Paradox the alpha about the Rizzle project. I was just asking him. So he's going to drop that episode, I believe, next week, where I finally drop some alpha. I recorded a podcast with Charged Particles and also drop the same alpha on that one, but Paradox gets to drop the alpha first. That is the rule. So look out for that next week. Finally get to reveal some more about the project that I'm so stoked about. Let's see. Someone make us wearables, please. Someone make us wearables that we can sell for free with our worthless currency. We will even pay you in non-worthless currency to make wearables that we can sell with our worthless currency. So, like I said last week, we're not aiming high. We just want to give back to the community. So please, someone make us some crappy shoes or something that we can give out to people in exchange for WIP coin. I am aware that there's people who have been stacking WIP coin. There's it costs almost too much WIP coin to withdraw the WIP coin into MetaMask. If you guys are interested in buying something on OpenSea and that's a problem, just hit up myself or Matt or Sandy. You can send us the WIP coin on Discord so that you don't have to withdraw it. And that way we can just send you the thing that you want to purchase from OpenSea. And we can sort of do it, in a janky backwards way like that. And that way you don't have to get your WIP coin off of Discord and you can still use it to buy stuff. Yes, but Matt is right. Please create some wearables for us. Please even create the worst wearables that you can create just so we have something to give you guys back. I would love to distribute, your horrible wearables back to you all. Let's see. Hop into Crypto Voxels. Dropping links. If you didn't get one yet, or if you didn't get in yet, get in. We'll take a group shot afterwards. It's dope that Eclectic Method is like providing the theme music for a group shot. All right, I'm almost done, I promise. The show is back from the dentist. I hope his teeth are nice and shiny after he abandoned us last week. Big shout out to the WIP crew, Bop Squad, Token Smart People, Easy Paradox, Trippy Show, Timmy Tubador, Alex Guts Berserk, GB, Grev, Conwolf, Carolina Duh, Sandy the Meow Meow, Dragonate, Trizlet, Quigbell, all y'all, Hidden Forces. Sure, we'll throw Hidden Forces in there. Conwolf, everybody. Thank you guys so much for all your help. And with that, I think, is David going to take the mic out of my hands, or who we got speaking first from Known Origin?
It's David here first with my comrade Jimbo. So if Jimbo can on mic and say hi, that'd be awesome too. How's our audio?
Loud and clear, man. Excellent.
I've got full setup here, speakers, audio. Have you seen the Crypto Voxels? It looks freaking awesome.
It is bumping right now. I just popped back in there and everyone is going crazy. Real quick interjection. I sent over some Ben Nolan blues, one of the VX1 first edition from No Shot for your avatar, just so you're not going into CV shoeless.
You sent me some sneakers.
I did.
Oh, you're a legend. I will join the next speaker session. I will go change my costume and come back with some sneakers on, because at the minute I've just got a little avatar with some socks. So do you want us to kick off with the kind of where we're at, where we're going, what's happening at KO, kick off the show?
That'd be perfect. I don't know if you want to do that screen sharing session right now or at the end to wrap everything up, but yeah, just take it away.
I'll jump into the screen sharing session halfway through. So yeah, thank you everyone for firstly jumping into our gallery space in Crypto Voxels. Thank you for the WIP for letting us come on and share what's coming up with KO. Firstly, I'm just going to give some new people in the room a quick kind of brief history of KO. So we've actually been in the space since 2018. So we went live April 2018. We actually started mapping out Known Origin, the MVP, back in late 2017. My name's David. I'm CEO and co-founder. I actually started Known Origin because I was doing a pop-up gallery in the real world. and I had a bunch of digital artists that I wanted to showcase work for. So Stina Jones, James O'Connell, Laura Hawkin, and Crypto Kaiju were some of the artists that we were representing at the physical show. But I couldn't figure out how to sell the digital pieces in the same way as the physical pieces. Told this story to James Morgan, who I was doing some work with at the time, who's a developer. He then told me told me about blockchain and told me about this thing called Ethereum and showed me CryptoKitties and CryptoPunks and some crazy stuff like that. And that's when I kind of deep dived into what ER721s were, what the potential of like limited edition digital assets was. And I kind of just never looked back, fell in the rabbit hole. So I'll just back in those days, 2018, I was doing the kind of trying to gather the artists and tell them about this new crazy stuff. And James was building the first marketplace. So I'll let James just tell you about how the time was back in 2018. Do you want to jump on, James?
Yeah, cheers, Dave. Hi, it's James. So yeah, as Dave said, 2018, it was a different time to now. We sort of sketched out some designs on a whiteboard, threw together a bit of code. I'd sort of only recently left my old job and sort of gone full-time crypto, so I was sort of trying to teach myself everything. But after a few weeks hacking around, a couple of nights and a few hours before we launched, we managed to get something up and running. A very basic one-page site, and 3 years has gone since then, and it's sort of amazing what the site consists of now versus what it did back then. And the space itself is just generally amazing to see how much it's blown up. And we're still around, we're still working hard to build on what we started. So yeah, it's just good to be here still and trying to stay relevant. And hopefully a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about today, we've worked really hard the last few months to really iterate on what's sort of been going to be the next sort of kernel of KO, really. So
yeah, so back then we were one of the very, very early smart contracts on OpenSea. I think we were like contract number 4 that OpenSea supported back in the day. We started this to help digital artists to sell artwork at this like crazy pop-up gallery that we were doing in Manchester. And we started it to explore new technologies, and that kind of ethos is in the DNA of Known Origin. We continue to experiment and like get excited about empowering creators and artists, and we've just seen some of the crazy stuff that if you give creative people the right sort of tools, they just do crazy things. And I think that's this space we're in right now is a testament to that. I can remember some of the early WIPs that we used to go to. There was a lot of naked avatars flying around. All of a sudden, someone thought of the idea of like, well, why don't we just build people wearables? And then that whole industry's just blown up. So yeah, back in 2018, we worked with a handful of artists, Xcopy, Hackatao, Frankie Nines, Lev, and Art by Milo. They were like the really early guys on KO that helped us shape what the early kind of alpha was, the MVP. You can probably still find a couple of those early pieces if you go into the gallery and like search by kind of oldest. Some of those NFT relics are still there. If you're one of the kind of blockchain archaeologists that like to go back and look at those early NFTs, you can certainly do that on KO if you want to go that far back. There's only a handful of teams and platforms around. So there was us, Super Rare, Rare Arts Labs, Dada. Maker's Place came a little later, and then that was just over the last couple of years, we've just seen a wave of like other platforms. So like James said, we spent 2 to 3 years just kind of grinding away, building a platform, listening to the community, kind of delivered the first split collabs feature. Spent a lot of time just figuring out how to grow our kind of little community. 3 years have changed. In 3 years, a lot of it's changed. We've realized that our current smart contract kind of was struggling to keep up with like new expectations in the space, like better interoperability and kind of some more kind of more exciting things that people want to do on chain. So we spent the last couple of months of 2021 ultimately rebuilding everything, rebuilding from the ground up a brand new suite of smart contracts for KO. I'll let James jump in and kind of tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that's exciting about the V3 smart contracts that are coming next week?
Cheers, Dave. Yeah, so I guess, it was sort of after Christmas, we sort of first cycle of the bull run's kicking off. Gas is like, a million GUI. It's costing everyone hundreds of dollars to mint NFTs. So that's when we really started to take a look at the design of, how to generate gas efficient ERC 721s. So we spent a lot of time over the first sort of month really doing several iterations. What we're about to launch next week is, hopefully, it's a bold claim, but it's going to be the most efficient NFT contract on chain at the point of generation. So we're not talking about gasless stuff here. You can generate 100 NFTs for like nearly a sub-dollar a piece. You're talking 30 cents a piece at the moment with current gas, and that's at gas sort of 50. So the way we've done it is we've sort of rebuilt the 721 contract. So it's fully compliant, but from day one, you're going to be able to generate one up to like 100 or 1,000 NFTs in one single transaction at super cheap, gas efficient way. They're all going to be 721s. We didn't go down the 1155 route. We sort of don't think that's really appropriate for the tokens that KO artists generate and sell. So we sort of stay true to the sort of 721 standard. On top of that, we took some sort of fairly bold moves in the sense that, we actually think having a lot of on-chain trade history is actually really valuable, looking longer term for this space. A lot of things are moving off-chain, which does make sense, but if you can make it really efficient on-chain provenance, I think the long-term play, that's actually going to give you, loads more value to token provenance, token history. So we've really tried to really enforce that at its core, and beyond that, we were the first to do sort of joint collab splits, and we only support 2 at the moment, but from next week, we're going to be supporting up to 5, and then we're going to widen that feature up to 50. The idea being is that, I guess, we understand that collaboration sort of community is quite central and pivotal to what everyone's doing at the moment. So we've sort of really put some emphasis on baking that in as like a core primary feature to have these like really large cooperatives of creatives to actually generate and then split future funds. And in the future we might upgrade the contracts to support governance, so you can imagine a time where you can govern, the creatives can govern what revenue is generated, and could stick a DAO on top of it, those sorts of things. And then sort of looking further afield to that, royalties has always been quite core to our thinking in this space, and recently the EIP 2981 standard sort of moved into final, and not only have we future-proofed our contracts in the sense that we now support that, also these large collaborative and collectives that are going to be deployed also are compliant. With the idea being is that hopefully as more adoption of these standards come forward, we can then, things can happen on OpenSea, they can happen on Rarible, they can happen on everywhere. And, every person that's involved in the creation of those pieces of art will always be, rewarded, future proofing it. So that's sort of been a big push for us. And I guess moving forward to that, one of the really funky things we're trying to explore is adding more utilities to NFTs. So we'll support composables as this. So it won't be as broad as composable feature set as some others, but it's really targeting creatives with social coins or derivative pieces of art. So you can imagine a piece, a future one day where an artist generates an edition of 10. It's maybe a derivative of a punk, so you could load the punk in your NFT, you could load your original artwork, and then you could load it up with your social token, and then the person that sells or the person that buys that NFT on KO automatically gets access to all the things that are held within. So it becomes like a distribution vehicle, and really it sort of falls back to that original ethos as like, we don't really, we're not artists, but we believe that if you give people as broad and rich tool set as possible, people are going to make amazing stuff. So, that's sort of what our ethos to this day still stands by. And then on top of that, there's like we've rebuilt all the marketplace contracts. So beyond your typical sort of buy now and offers flow, we've introduced our flavor of the sort of 24-hour reserve auctions, as well as some interesting features for selling larger editions. You know, we call it step sales, but in essence, it's kind of like a curved sale based on like who buys it first. You know, and again, that really just comes back to we don't know exactly how people are going to do it, but if we're trying to build like a broad toolkit for everyone on the platform to really get as creative as possible. So yeah, that's sort of like at a high level all the stuff we've really been working on. And as Dave said, it's, you know, we're not a big team, you know, but it's really taken the last 4 or 5 months worth of effort from everyone, from rebuilding a full suite of smart contracts, they've been audited, pushing through on the standards and sort of rebuilding everything. So hopefully everyone will like it.
With that in mind, Rizzle, can we do a screen share from my screen? I'll just show the WIP, a quick run through of what we've built for the new KO portal.
Sounds good to me, man. Perfect. Everyone, make sure you click on his name when he goes live in the live stream here so you can watch what he's showing us.
Sweet. Will I see a screen share thing pop up on my end?
No, if you look at where everyone is hanging out in the audience, in the bottom right corner of the left side is a screen share button. So you should be able to click that and it should give you access to
go live. Let's see what happens. Can everyone see that? Give me a thumbs up in the chat channel. You see that, Rizzle?
Yeah, man. Yep. Looks like you did it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Give me some love in the chat channel. So yeah, this
always work this seamless. We're in uncharted territory.
So this is the KO portal that we've been building out. This is going to replace the one-page minting form that we've got right now. I'm just going to quickly show you kind of like the create NFT flow. There's some other cool shit coming, composable NFTs like we were just talking about coming soon, where you can ultimately embed ERC 720 tokens, social tokens inside your NFTs as a vehicle to get them out to your fans and audiences, or you can stuff other NFTs inside the NFT that you mint on KO. But actually, I'm just going to show you the quick how to create. So image, video, 3D, 360. We've got interactive coming soon, 3D video coming soon. I'm just going to do image, jump on here. Upload from my desktop. I've got a cute WIP hell yeah image that I'm going to drop in there. That's a beautiful event I went to a couple of weeks ago, so I can just start the upload. We broke it down into a little wizard because we felt the new audiences that are coming just need a bit more hand holding, and you kind of need to walk them through a little bit more. This is KO, the WIP XKO event. I'm going to do a 1 of 1. I'm going to add some tags. What day? I'm going to go 3D render. Medium is, let's go with interactive. Theme, I'm going to go right down here to design. Year is 2021, not 2022. I'm time traveling right now, 2021. And I'm going to do a 24-hour reserve, and that's going to give me this. My reserve price will be 0.02. Keep up with the trend of PFP and generative pieces. And then I can add this in. I can schedule it like we can with the OG KO site. So I can choose a day and time I want this auction to start, or I can toggle that off and it starts immediately. I can also create a collab and add collectives through the next toggle. At the minute, I don't have any collectives to join, so I can walk through that later. So over here, you can see the title, the edition size, who's created it, reserve price. Hit continue. Mint your NFT. We're going to give you the cost of what it's going to be to mint this piece. So we're, like James said, we've worked our asses off to make sure that KO is the cheapest place to mint NFTs on Ethereum mainnet. James has got so much experience in what he does. He's done a lot of neat tricks in the code, neat hard work in the back end to make it super efficient. You can jump back and edit anything here. If you do a preview and you see you spelled something wrong, or you want to up your size, or you want to change your sales method, you can edit here. So I'm just going to go ahead and mint this. Why is it not letting me mint it?
Before you mint it, Dave, if you go back and change your edition size to 100, and it shows the power of the smart contract with the costs. So set it to 100, it shows you how much it costs to mint, and that's minting 100 721s as well. You know, it's not actually minting one.
It's at 100.
Really? Yeah.
By now. Oh yeah, so here this basically is telling you this is going to be high gas at like $100, at $1 each per token. So we've tried to get back to the good old days of Ethereum back in like 2018, 2019, where it was like a couple of dollars to mint stuff, not sort of stuff we've experienced recently. Ooh. For some reason, this isn't letting me mint, Jim. I'm on Ringby right now.
Classic demo. I'm not sure why it's not, to be honest, but you know, I guess just talking through this will basically generate the tokens, push it to mainnet, you know, cache all the data in our services in our CDN, and then it puts it on the site immediately on sale. So it's not like a multi-stage process. It's just you fill a form and you fire in one transaction, it sets it up in the right sales mechanic, you know, mints all the tokens up front. The tokens, you can view them straight away on OpenSea, you can view them straight away on KO, you can do what you want with them. But at the end of the day, you know, it's super efficient. Hopefully, it's going to open the doors to a lot more interesting stuff.
There's everyone in CV. Hey, everyone. Right, I will. We've got so many people in our Crypto Voxel parcel at the minute. It's awesome to see. I'm going to jump off screen share. I'll share some of the screens of the last page where it says, "Congratulations, you've minted your piece. Share this artwork or mint another." But the cool thing was to show how cheap we're getting bigger editions on Ethereum mainnet. So I want to just thank everyone for listening in, joining us in Crypto Voxels, letting us come back to the WIP crew. You're awesome. You know we love you. So thank you so much for bringing us back into the party. And I'll drop off now, and I'll leave the stage for other people to come and talk.
Before you do jump off, though, I think there may be a couple questions.
For questions, brother.
And for the questions, I'll pass the mic to Sho. I hope the dentist didn't wire his mouth shut. So, Sho, if you're ready, man, hit these folks with some questions.
For you, Sho. I've been waiting for you.
Hey, y'all, how's my audio? Am I good, or can everybody hear me? There's some music in the background, by the way. Not sure what that is. Oh, hold on. I found it. There we go. All right. Hey, David. Hey, James. How you guys feeling?
Hey, all good, man.
All good,
Cool.
all good.
Getting late in the UK, but it's excited to be here.
That's awesome. So, having been in the space since 2018, you must be feeling some pressure, considering that most artists have found homes at Nifty Gateway, Maker's Place, and newer platforms that are like really buzzing right now, like Zora, Foundation, and Hic et Nunc. Was there a disconnect at some point with current artists in the space that they felt they wanted to establish themselves on other platforms instead of known origin?
Great question, as always. I think Hen has definitely had its moment, as in like when we saw that mass exodus, when people went over there, they offered two cool things like super cheap gas, like zero gas, and interactive. And we think we've tried to kind of solve the gas problem on Ethereum mainnet with the new smart contract that we're pushing out. And we're super bullish on interactive NFTs. I've played with a few, I've bought a few. I love what they're doing there. Nifty Gateway is its own beast, right? It's a custodial platform, You've been on it, you've played with it. Like that's not the playground we play in. We're quite purists. We want ultimately collectors to be able to come onto KO, attach their MetaMask, buy something. We don't ask you to fill in forms. We don't ask you to give us your email address. If you want to just come and buy on KO, you can. Other platforms, they're data capturing. That's not that. We've never been about that. We've never been about like capturing data and trying to use it to kind of grow and all that sort of stuff. We're pretty old school, and we've also been one of the platforms that have brought a lot of the killer talent into space, and we'll continue to do that. Name a couple of the artists that are killing it right now. 9 times out of 10, they minted one of their first 3 pieces on KO. And we don't mind being the place that discovers new talent and they go off and become superstars. I actually love that. I actually love being the place where collectors come to discover the next X copy or the next Trevor Jones. That actually makes me excited to do what I do every day. So yeah, I think I'm going to continue, or we're as a team going to continue to discover new talent and bring it into the space. I think my analogy is like people say, the market's saturated, there's too many people in the space, don't mint every day. Like, what the hell? Vimeo has 350,000 videos uploaded a day. And you think a 1 of 25 is like, that's the edition size is too big. I think like, nah, like we're still so early. You think it's busy now? Give it another 6 months, it's going to go, the space is going to be crazy. Like, so
Yeah,
we've got to
and I would say,
embrace it and enjoy it.
Yeah, and I would say, like we've also been growing well. Our team has, 4x in size since Christmas. We've had our best month ever the last couple of months. Don't count us out of the game yet. Is what I'm going to say. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming. We've got a strong community. Growing every day. We're onboarding new artists every week. So some people might grab the limelight, but you can take the long game on this. And we've been here for years, and we know how it's played out so far. We've got ideas of how it's going to play out in the future. So I guess that's what I would say.
Keep them coming.
That's cool. We also have a question from Spherical Art. He would like to know, when are you going to open up artist applications?
Yeah, so we've got the last, I think we read announced about 100 from the last one. The way that we work, every couple of months, we sort of open it up, get a stampede of a couple of thousand people. Unlike most, we actually go through every single application, and sort of assess it and give someone a response. It's not just like you send an email and then you never hear back. We've tried to stay quite purist in that respect, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks, once we've got these last 100 out the way, we'll open it up again. And then I think the actual end game is we're going to change the way that we do the onboarding process to be much more community driven, because fundamentally that's what the game we're in.
Love it. I mean, I was saying damn, throwing out gifts. Like, this is crazy. I love this sort of like lightning strike update, future proofing everything that you guys are doing at Known Origin. So excited to have this like more efficient minting be available to more folks. And then kudos to screen sharing that and like showing us behind the scenes of what it's like to upload work, mint it. I feel like everyone that's been in the scene knows what's going on, but it does help to demystify it for folks that are interested but may not really know what minting looks like. Thank you all so much. Stoked to bring so many folks in world. We're going to keep bringing them in world, funneling them for a group shot, but thank you, David and James, so much for jumping up on the virtual stage.
Thank you, man. It was an absolute pleasure. Big fan of the WIP. We love you guys. We know we love what you're doing. You're OG as well, so gonna see WIP go to some crazy spaces as well. Please keep us in the loop. Always happy to jump on and chat.
Yeah,
Peace.
Love that.
Cheers, everyone.
OG club status. Thank you, boys. Cool. Well, next up we have Metamick and Lawson here from Rah. I'm not sure which one's going to speak first, but unmute yourself and take it away, boys.
Rah.
Hey guys, so good to be back.
Yeah.
I'll take the floor.
Yeah, no, no. We got a few minutes here. Love known origin. Actually, had a few known origin pieces sold on Rah-Rah's new app. For everybody in the crowd, if you're in the chat, type the words "launch Rah-Rah," one word, launch Rah-Rah. We've been out here a few times, and what Rah-Rah is a social NFT experience platform. And today, these experiences are based around community auctions. These are auctions that are based inside of Telegrams and Discords. And we're looking for ways to, frankly, like up the level from a social standpoint. And so anybody who wanted to start an auction, Mick is our auctioneer today, can start an auction by typing the word "start auction" and then dropping a link to the OpenSea NFT URL. So MetaMask just did that. For all of you who are typing the words "launch Rah-Rah," what you're doing now is you're connecting into your MetaMask, connecting into your Rainbow wallet or whatever wallet you have, and basically attaching your Discord profile with your wallet. And what you see there is, once you get in, is you'll see the ongoing auction. And this auction is for, tell me what's the piece we're open for again? I actually forgot.
It's the WIP collab token. It's number 2 of a series of art tokens for
the WIP.
We have these wonderful collabs.
Yeah. So Rah-Rah phonetically is a cheer, and Rah-Rah is all about the fans. And so for everybody who is in this auction today, there's actually 2 ways to experience the art. For the super fans in the group, the way you participate is you hit that bid button. All bids are actually in WETH, and the way we handle bids in Rah-Rah today is they are off-chain, with the final bidder being given a transaction which we broadcast to OpenSea as an offer. And for everybody else in the crowd, the casual fans, some people who may not want to buy this item, they participate with Raz. So you see that kind of megaphone button to the right of the screen. Hit that button. Those are Raz. That's how you say you like the art that you may not be trying to buy. And we just launched this new app. We actually have 52 communities now, Rizzle. This is crazy. We grew 25% yesterday. 52 communities. That's over over 40,000 plus members now with access to the Rah-Rah app, which is absolutely mad. And the cool thing about the new launch of this new app is a few things. The first biggest one, if everybody who's on the screen now, you see the chat of the WIP is embedded in it. Anywhere where you host an NFT auction, the chat and the social experience will be right next to your NFT. So this is super cool for anybody, the artists out there, people who also manage their own communities. If you go to rahrah.social and click on that install button, you can add it to your Telegram and Discord today. And if it's a Discord chat, you'll have that embedded right next to it. Telegram's coming next. And so what we're trying to do here is we're really just trying to give people space to enjoy the art, talk about the art outside of maybe just bidding on it. If you go to an auction IRL, they're pretty fun. The auctioneers up there amping up the crowd. Most people don't bid on things at auctions. They're just there to experience the event. And so Rah-Rah app is about doing that. And so this is pretty exciting. That's kind of the first big update. We embedded the chat. The second update is these are now shareable. If you dropped a link on Twitter or on Discord, people can actually land in these auctions now without having to be in the server, meaning communities like TokenSmart can grow their community by tweeting out and trying to take an auction viral. And so the auction starts from the community, but it's a way for you to actually have a way to share these out to the broader internet, because obviously you're probably trying to sell some art. So that's us. That's Rah-Rah. We're Rah-Rah Social. We got 52 communities now integrated. What we're trying to do is we're trying to create a really cool platform for social NFT auctions. And the end game of that, everybody who just created their first connection with Rah-Rah, is we're trying to build what we call a like to earn experience around NFTs. And so everything you do with Rah-Rah today and in the future will be a way you can actually earn and curate and find good art. Specifically, the super fans, the bidders, they're buying the NFT, they're buying the one of one, and they're going to get the upside of that capital asset. But what if you could invest in the virality of it? the way we like to think about bidders is they're super fans. They're kind of like movie critics. And so everybody who's in the US, there's a movie critic site called Rotten Tomatoes. And there's actually two scores. There's the critic score and there's the fan score. We like to think of the price of the bidders as the critic score. And as we know, not all movies do the fans and the critics agree. And we think the same will be true of NFTs. And so that's what the rah-rah button is for. The rah-rah is trying to identify what the crowd thinks about this thing. Many times you'll see NFTs sold for a lot of money, but it may not be culturally relevant to the rest of the crowd. And so rah-rah and the like-to-earn protocol we're working on is essentially trying to to find that. What does the crowd think? What is the crowd consensus around this NFT? And so, yeah, that's us. We love the WIP. We love Rizzle. We love Matthew. We like coming out here. We appreciate y'all.
Love that, and love to see the bids start to roll in. Like to earn too. Again, that's properly catchy.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple questions, so I'll let Sho hit you with those questions first.
Sure.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up?
Hey, so welcome back. You've been making waves lately with your new app. Can you describe the like to earn mimetic that was recently mentioned in CoinDesk and how that process works and what social crypto experience platform means as a term? Because you also mentioned that as well in an awesome article.
Yeah, we should stop. So we had a CoinDesk article pop out yesterday. Maybe Mick or somebody else can pop a link to the tweet string in the article. In short, this idea of like to earn is again an indication of where we're heading. We're trying to create a protocol where you can invest in the virality of what the crowd thinks about this thing. And so Ra is our first attempt at that. What you're doing when you're using Ra and coming to these social NFT auctions is you're trying to help curate good art. And so the first way you curate good art is you run a successful auction. And so today, Mick's our auctioneer. If this auction ends a successful sale, he'll earn RAs. The second way you curate good art is you be a super fan. Those are the bidders. For all the bidders today, they're going to earn RAs too. And then the last thing, the fans. This one's not live yet, but again, imagine being able to invest in the virality of this NFT. And specifically, what we're going to be working on is what we're calling, the product hunt of what's hot today in NFT auctions. In the next, hopefully in September, early September, we're going to be launching a new landing page. And in short, you heard it here first. The idea of the landing page is every day people are racing and using their RAs to identify the top 3 NFT auctions today. And if you do that, and if you bet on the right NFT early enough and in quantities, you're going to earn a large outsized supply of RAs to affect tomorrow. And that'll be leading up to this protocol that we're working on, which will take that gameplay to the next level. I'll leave that there. I'll leave you the cliffhanger. We'll maybe talk about that maybe on the next WIP. But in short, we want to allow for fans to invest in the virality of what the crowd think of this. And so that's what we mean by like to earn. There's a number of ways you can earn today, and we're going to be adding more gameplay to effectively allow for you to continue to curate. And if you're good at curating good auctions and good NFTs, you can earn money on that. And then finally, social crypto experience platform. We think the internet and generally being online is a little too flat. It's a little too quiet. And the WIP and TokenSmart's a really good example of the alternative version of that. We are hanging out in crypto boxes in the metaverse right now. We're all on audio. And we believe the same will be true of NFTs and what happens around NFTs. Today, a lot of the NFT interfaces are trying to be the Instagram of NFTs. And in my opinion, that's just recreating what we already have and just trying to turn that into money, which is powerful, but I think we can go much more novel and beyond that. And so when we mean by social crypto experience platform, is these NFTs and your engagement and how you interact with them will be more experiential in the future. 40 to 60% of our brains are dedicated towards visual, but we have other senses, sound, smell, touch. You're going to start to see over time, Ra is going to be adding a whole lot of sounds to the app, a whole lot of other ways to react and engage with these things, and really start to tap into the other type of senses that we can so we can make this a more real experience. So yeah, that's what I mean by a social crypto experience platform.
That sounds awesome. Lastly, Jim Bobbins would like to know, and I believe this question came up the last time you guys were here at the WIP. How does the bot accept the bid without a signature? Or actually, the app accept the bid without a signature, and can the winner not proceed with it?
Yeah, so yes, they cannot proceed with it as of today, but within the next week, we're going to be updating that. Today, all bids happen off-chain, with the final bidder being presented with a transaction to sign, which is broadcast to OpenSea. And what we're seeing with the new app launch is there's people pressing buttons and kind of sometimes spamming the auction. And so what we're moving towards is every bid is a signed transaction. And so that problem will be fixed within the next week or so. But how that works technically on the back end, today the seller needs to go to OpenSea to accept that offer. But also in the next few weeks, as we head towards that new front page that I alluded to, we're going to be integrating Foundation, Zora, Super Rare, the known origins of the world, and kind of going through the list. And in doing that, that will start to rely on ongoing auction mechanisms. And so it'll work just like you were on Known Origin or any of the other platforms. It'll just be a bid that was submitted off platform, but on chain to the contract where it matters.
Real spicy update. I understand the cough. Damn, like another project putting in the proper work. I mean, I'm tripping off of the kind of focus to become the product hunt of NFT auctions today. I feel like that is a really interesting insight. I'm watching this auction right now, biding my time before I get back in here. This is awesome, boys.
Yeah, man. We appreciate we appreciate the TokenSmart. Y'all have been huge supporters of us. Mick, if you want to maybe start that countdown. So there's 3 commands that kind of matter to Rah. The first is launch Rah. That's how you set up your app. One word, launch Rah, nothing before it, no commands. The second thing you do is you start the countdown. You start auction, one word, and then drop the link to the OpenSea NFT URL. And then the final way, once you want to close this bad boy down, is you start countdown. When you start countdown, it drops 30 seconds on the clock. And that's how you end these. We appreciate y'all. This has been awesome.
Awesome.
Guys, I just wanted to say also a quick word just to thank you guys. We are big fans of you guys. We believe TokenSmart really is the place for the fans, right? We have a lot of collectors out there on Twitter, doing things like buying NFTs on Origin, a platform we love as well. But we are really of and for the fans. We are for those who don't necessarily buy the NFTs, but want to engage with them in some level. So we love you guys, and it's great to be here again.
Love y'all too. And segueing to the final speaker tonight, we have Varian joining us, who will be talking about their collaboration with Catchy Kitty Basts, who unfortunately can't also be here because of COVID complications, but she's fighting through it. She's creating dope art. I think art's saving her, honestly. I think that's probably the way to look at it. But Varian, whenever you're ready, unmute and
Hi,
please.
yes.
Yeah.
Hi, how's my volume?
You sound good.
Okay,
Loud and clear.
great, awesome. So I actually have COVID too. So it's really weird working on this project with Kitty Bass, because it's just been such a challenge. Unfortunately, she has it way worse than me, so I don't mind shouldering, just like getting it up and running, because this means so much to us. So guys, like, speaking for Kitty Bass, like, she wants this, we want this, so please come out on Monday and just show a little support. But I'm Varian. I make music for all sorts of media. You've probably heard my work in like the menus for Overwatch. I've done stuff for John Wick 3. I've recently just completed the soundtrack to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I've done a lot of stuff in K-pop, representing businesses and whatnot. I got introduced to NFTs actually this year. My good friend Mike Darlington from Monster Cat, who I released under for many years, I was designing tour like visuals and audio for them, and they ended up becoming the Monster Cat Origins drop in February. So that was kind of like my introduction into doing audio for NFTs. And since then, that's my full-time job. So I work with people that I like their art, and I sort of treat it as if I would a like a full movie, basically, but just like a little vignette of it. So I try to capture every little aspect and really make it feel tactile. And again, sorry for the weird breathing. Yeah, COVID sucks. So Kitty Best and I are doing a collection called Falling Down. And this is about the concept of what it means to fall down. And of course, as we are grinding towards the end and getting stuff over to Nifty Gateway, it's like, holy crap, just things just get really chaotic. And it's funny that you make a themed drop and then you find yourself in it. Like Falling Down is all about what you find at the bottom. You can find all sorts of things. You can find new things about yourself. You can find new opportunities for you. We're looking at this not just Alice in Wonderland, falling down the rabbit hole, but we have a piece called Going Down, which can mean anything. Falling down, which is sort of somewhere I think every single human has experienced, and spiraling down, which is kind of where Kitty Bass and I are right now. It's just trying to keep all paws on deck, and it's been challenging. And today, I know some of her family and friends stepped in, and in the interest of their privacy, that's pretty much what she wanted me to convey, was this is something that we were doing. But I am extremely happy with what we have. I don't feel like it's rushed. I don't feel like it was made by two people who actually had COVID, and I've just been powering through, like getting the proper sleep, getting the proper rest, but doing all like the marketing materials and stuff just because you do what you got to do. She's a good friend. We met through the NFT boxes that Pranksy does, and I love her art style, and I'm very blessed that she had me come on to directly to the Nifty Gateway project dropping on Monday. And yeah, we're really excited for you guys to see and hear, because the music, I kind of took this approach of, okay, it is a little bit Tim Burton-y, but it's not like a true Varian experience unless there's like some really interesting sound design. So it is a full audio visual experience, and I really hope that everyone enjoys it. I'm really sad that she couldn't be here today. We're really just trying to get this 100% ready for you, so we both can take the rest that we need. But I'm happy to take any questions about the drop itself, or any NFTs that you might have heard my music, or anything like that. I find I don't want to take up too much time just kind of blabbing on about the same thing. I mean, that's it. Like we've got 3 pieces, and I can definitely drop a teaser.
Yeah,
I think that might be fun. So
yeah.
here's yeah. So let me show you without the music. 1 second. All right, Discord is doing its thing. It's coming in through the WIP chat, and I think it's fucking dope. It's her usual style. and the music that goes along with it is, we talked about Korn, we talked about Slipknot, talked about Nine Inch Nails, but we also talked about the circus, like freak show, sideshow kind of stuff. Of course, Alice in Wonderland, but we don't want to lean on that too much. It's been done before, but so yeah, it's about to come up. Uh, yeah, there you go. Oh, I didn't realize Discord needs you to freaking download it, but I mean, even just the still of it is it's gorgeous. It's absolutely indicative of Kitty Bass' work. Yes, let's get some. Absolutely, thank you guys for the emojis and the love. I'm gonna take a screenshot to make sure you really come out and show some love. I gotta check in with her actually with her family and friends. But if you guys have any questions, I'm absolutely here to answer. We're really trying to drum up the hype for it while also trying to take care of ourselves. But it is what it is, and we really love the space. We really love the community. Coming from the music industry, this is extreme. It's just such a breath of fresh air. There's so many projects that just, I'm like, oh my God, how do I be a part of this? How do I be a part of this? And I'm just so thankful, especially to be invited to speak. So thank you for making this happen. I yield my time unless there's questions.
Joe, hit the man with some questions.
Hey, Varian, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, show?
So, Output recently shared 2 great quotes from you that I found to be really interesting. Here's the first one. When you start looking at yourself as a business and you're an artist, that does not take away from the art. Actually, there's an art to the business that I find quite lovely. Mm-hmm. And the second one that you said was, it's weird to become a master at something and then not be able to make more than the average salary for the American household. I thought about this for a really long time, and I was curious, what experiences in your life led to you acquiring this knowledge?
Man, okay. So the first quote about the beauty of business is really just coming to respect yourself and respect the dollar and respect how economics works. A lot of people kind of put a really sour taste in your mouth about doing business with art, as if art is this sacred divinity that we must protect against the evil forces of money, which is something like I'm talking to you via the internet on a microphone in my house. Like that is money. And so there's a very interesting when you work with someone who actually has a budget, you get treated, I tend to see, with like a lot of respect. And there's another quote that actually you didn't say, which is people always are paying me for my time. They're not paying me. Yes, they need a song or they need a thing, but they're ultimately paying for my time. All the people that I choose to do business with, which is where the beauty is the choice in who you do business with. I love that. I love keeping my friends close. I love my wife and I have a family business of flipping shoes, buying them for retail and just holding as if they were stocks or NFTs or anything like that. We just love working with the people that we love, and everyone eats. That's the philosophy. So the second quote, can you remind me? I've got fucking COVID brain. It was about Joe. What was the second quote?
Oh, sorry. I just got caught up in the everyone eats thing and the shoes flipping. I wrote that down as like an extracurricular activity to do with my significant other.
Dude. Dude. Vintage reselling is a $20 billion a year industry. People like old shit again.
Of course, no kink shaming. The second quote was, "It's weird to become a master at something and then not be able to make more than the average salary for the American household."
Okay. So this is a bit of this is really personal for me. So in 2017, I had left a very abusive and way too long, 8-9 year relationship. And my mom and my dad got sick. My dad had 4 strokes. My mom got like stage 1 cancer from inflamed Crohn's. And I was the one that everyone fell on. And so I had to take a break. I had to like basically divert everything I had to that because that's real life shit. And when I came back to make music with like this renewed sense of inspiration and motivation, people treated me like I was a newbie. And even though there's like a Wikipedia page of every single thing I've done, it's like I had to start with all new socials, all new, like just defining myself. And there was a lot of months just writing in the negatives with my bank. And it was just so weird because I was doing what I felt was like a masterclass ghost production for people who I thought like didn't quite deserve it, but I got paid pennies to the dollar. And just growing that over time, it just it has a happy ending. I just continued to do my thing and with grit. And here I am. Like it's actually good. I'm good. We're all good. Like I'm married. I'm happy. I transitioned. Like I did all of the things that I just like for me. You know, I lived in Europe for a little bit. It was just all in all, it's just good. And then leading up to having a collaboration on Nifty Gateway, like this is just sort of like a full circle thing. And I've had nothing but love and just so much respect from the NFT community. So that's a long-winded answer to your questions. But no, I didn't mean to bum anyone out. It's real shit. It happens to real people, real adults. And yeah, thank you for tuning into the Output finance panel. That was fun. I felt like a black sheep because I kind of do everything myself, but yeah.
Oh, life is raw, man, and I really appreciate that honesty. And again, like coming full circle to what's happening on Nifty Gateway on Monday and everything that's happening in the space. It's just like I can't imagine. I mean, even though you have COVID, like it has to be such a silver lining to everything that you've been through. So.
Of course. I mean, I'm vaccinated. I'm healthy. I've got a support system. Like I'm just staying positive because the more I stress about it, the worse it gets.
Yep.
So I'm just happy to be here. And yeah, you know, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I will pass on to Katie everything that just like it went so well. And there's so much love. I'll take some screenshots of what you guys say if you want to give her your best. But if there's any more questions, I'm open. If not, again, I yield my time, Your Honor.
Well, thank you so much, Varian, and thanks to all the speakers. A big shout out to David and James from Known Origin. On that note, though, Eclectic Method is about to kick off his final set. If you're not in CryptoVoxels, jump in here. Paradox is going to direct us for the group shot of the WIP fam. After Eclectic's set, then we're going to jump right into the afties. Before we get started there, I'll toss the mic to my dude Rizzle in case there's anything we need to shout out real quick.
Me? Oh, geez. No, I mean, shout out to Mike Darlington for getting me into the circus. I never want to leave. shout out to Pranksy and Tim Kang for always being good mentors unto me. Shout out Paris Hilton for curating a few pieces of mine, most recently with Ghost Girls. Shout out Ghost Girls. Shout out Giant Swan. Those are my people, man. Those are my people, and they're very good people to have in your corner when you are just navigating a whole new space. And of course, shout out, you guys, Nifty Gateway, just for the opportunities, both of them with Monster Cat Origins and this upcoming.
Yo, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate your presentation. We are going to sort of make an abrupt shift in mood here
No problem.
and do something totally wacky and slam into Crypto Voxels for a group picture. And so if you've never been in Crypto Voxels before, we're dropping the link in Discord. It's one click. It works on the phone. It works anywhere. You don't have to be ashamed about being naked. However, we have not mentioned in a while that we're still pretty well stocked in WIP clothing that we have a stash of. So if you are naked, do not be ashamed. We encourage nakedness if you would like to be naked, but we also have some stuff if you're naked and ashamed. We're always down to help you out. Yes, contact Sandy Meows, and we'll hook it up. Let's see. So CryptoVoxel's link has been dropped. We got eclectic methods spinning while we're doing this group shot, but I think we need some instruction first. So Paradox, you want to tell us what you want us to do, man?
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Right, guys. Okay, so if you've not been to the WIP event before, we take a group photo at the end. So if you click the link and you'll be joined in Crypto Voxels, and press F to fly, and then if everybody can gather in front of the WIP sign where all of the speakers' names are, and then I believe some music's going to play, and I'm going to fly around and get some video and some photos, and then every week I send Rizzle a video, and he posts it on Twitter, so you can kind of immortalize the event and prove that you're here, which is awesome. Are we having some music played? Guys, amazing. I'll give you about 10 seconds to get in shot, and then I'm going to start taking footage. All the emojis, and one more shot, and then we're nearly done. And I'm gonna call that a wrap. Good, guys. Beautiful.
right. Got you all in check. I got that head now. Shit, that make you work your neck. Got you all in check. I'll still rise up in the blaze. True indeed. Yes, that's working, that's word on my feet. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. One blow, everybody like you read. Wake up every morning, you might not stop sleep. Nationwide rock, make it world stampede. Yo, really make we go so weed. Bad charge, nigga, now I must go speed. Yo, we about to make whoop, that speed. These two baby like Q-tip, I need I need. Fuck me, got you out like I'm no reader. Bobby knows busting your shit, making you bleed. When the place in your house, that's a ride. Got you all in check. I got that dumb shit that make you bring no back. Got you all in check. Man, you don't need to do that. Got you all in check. Yo, right there is right. I got you all in check. I can't keep it. I try to step on my slave shoes. Stop trying to shut that over my time through. Please, let me get down if you refuse. The fools breaking shit down to molecules. I don't let me hit you with my ill free blues. Most around, always in line with big news. Don't be confused. You're my everything to enjoy my own feelings.
How I started the art kit, save up my money from a clothing drop I did, learn how to get passes to classes, expand like my knowledge. I know way more than I did a month ago. I'm just excited to watch my art grow. Now with crypto, oh, that's dope. Draw, and keep drawing. Draw, and keep drawing. Digital art. Thank you for my heart. Crypto art. I'm still learning as an artist. Digital art. Thank you for my heart. Crypto art. You got this. Just get better. You know, I'm getting older and it's coming together. But look at my stickers. I always use primary colors. Bananas. I kept posting and they would recognize like who I was drawing. I don't want to sound annoying. I just want it to be amazing. I draw and keep drawing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everyone was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't want to do a bad job. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everyone was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everyone was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everyone was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everyone was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everyone was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everyone was like, oh my god.
What is the highest technique you hope to achieve?
To have no technique. Or the art of fighting without fighting.
life off the Earth was discovered. 4 million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert. Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
Atomic bomb. Radiation penetrates the body and the danger of death increases rapidly. Burns or other minor injuries of thousands of tons of earth and debris.
Will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking dies!
Sample remix cut. Sample remix play a dope melody. Sample remix cut. Sample remix. Cut that out right now.
Is that an idea whose time has come or what?
Whoa!
Thank you for your time.
Thanks for coming.
Good night, good night, good night, good night.
Leave, if y'all can hear me, and show is back from the dentist. It's time for the afties.
Hey y'all. Hey y'all. How's my audio? Am I 2x2 or my 5x5?
Dude, 5x5, man. We missed you, dude.
All right. All right. Hey y'all. If you're brand new to this thing, turn your headphones down, turn your speakers down just a little bit. All right. If you don't know who's speaking right now, just turn the shit the fuck down. And I mean that with love. Hey, WIP fam. WIP fam. Are you listening? Have you been listening? WIP fam, have you been listening? Have you been listening? Have you been listening? I don't think you've been listening. For decades, for the centuries, for the eons that I've been screaming and yelling and terrorizing my neighbors, right? During the afties, during the WIP, right? I have one thing to say. And before I say it, turn up your headphones, turn up your speakers, because I'm going to whisper it. I'm going to whisper it. So I just told you, turn it down, turn it the fuck up. Turn it down and turn the fuck up. I have one thing to say. I told you so. I told you so. Janet Yellen. I said Janet Yellen's name during the afties so many times, I have it tattooed on my ass by now. Because that's what she wants. She wants a tattoo of her face, her squishy ass face on my ass. She wants to own everyone in this space. You don't believe me? Just Google any article related to the infrastructure bill. Fear and golden handcuffs, y'all. Fear and golden handcuffs in Las Vegas. Since Nixon got rid of the gold standard in 1971, fiat was born and debt was embraced by central banking and weaponized against those who couldn't infinitely print a currency. Janet Yellen knows this. Central banks fear and loathe what they don't understand and think that DeFi space is like Hunter S. Thompson on a beach in Puerto Rico. While everyone was here cavorting freely in the metaverse, Janet Yellen was jealous and started charging banks for the millions in speaking fees over Zoom calls. And calling random senators in Alabama or Alaska, because it's the same abbreviation. I don't care what the fuck anyone says, to put up random amendments for defense spending in order to block innovation because old, because boomer, because retiring, and doesn't understand TikTok or the Twitterer because fear and loathing. Lastly, this is coming from a clitterer, right? Talking shit about a Twitterer who uses handcuffs in bed but hates the golden ones like previously mentioned. Shout out to Jerry Brito of the Coin Center, right? He released a quote from an outfit called Oasis, seeking to create a safer and more inclusive metaverse. Not this dirty handcuff in the bed sheets metaverse. They want to make it safe and more inclusive. Their quote was, "The metaverse is a chance for a do-over. 40% of Americans suffered from online harassment and bullying. I hope we can learn from those mistakes. The 4chan people will come to the metaverse if we don't put up guardrails." Golden handcuffs on things that you fear. Golden handcuffs on innovation, moving innovation off the shores of America into other places where crypto is going to be just fucking fine, right? This is Gatekeeping 101. Welcome to the Afties, y'all. I'm your host, Show. You already know. If you don't know what the fuck I was talking about, play it back. DM Dragonate for a replay. Listen to it. Slow it down. Speed it up. Turn down the volume. Turn it the fuck up, because this is the fucking Afties, y'all. I'm your host, Show. If you don't know who I am, you're going to know by the end of this damn thing that we're doing. Basically, the Afties is all about, instead of you running off talk about all the awesome presenters that we had. Shout out to all the presenters presenting great things in a presentational way, right? Presenting it to you all nice and neat like a present under the Christmas tree, right? Instead of you talking about how great the present was that they just airdropped and delivered to your asses, right? In your computer seats. We're going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about all the presents that we just received all together as a family. We're going to sit under this damn tree and eat cookies and drink eggnog. God damn it. Together, right? During the afties, I want your opinion. Phrase it in the form of a hot take, right? If it's a question, make it rhetorical. If it's something that makes you want to think, make it rhetorical, motherfucker. Phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. We had 3 awesome presenters, right? And we're going to go through each of them, but not necessarily talk about their projects, but more about how their projects are going to be affected by what the hell I was just talking about. So if you weren't listening to what I had to say, if you weren't listening to what the presenters were saying previously, then I don't know what you're listening to. What are you listening to? Do you have an opinion? Do you listen to anything at all?
I don't. I don't listen
Wait,
to anything.
Hold up, Nathan. Hold up. Hold up. Speed up to slow down. God damn it. All right. Here's the first presenter. Here's the first subject. Known origin. All right. Here's my hot take. Since now, according to the infrastructure bill, I am going to relate the infrastructure bill in relation, in accordance, in whatever kind of loose, crazy-ass parallel that I can make because I'm so awesome at gluing random shit that is not supposed to be glued together. I'll be using Gorilla Glue up in this shit, right? We're going to piece this shit together. The first subject, known origin, in relation to the infrastructure bill. Now that the infrastructure bill is passed the Senate, right? And with all the things all the innovation that has been spewed from David and James, right, during their presentation, I want to know this, right? Not I want to know, I know this, goddammit. I'm the dumbest, fucking smartest dumbass in the room. I'm dumber than you all, right? This is what I'm saying. Now that everyone is considered to be a broker now, according to the new infrastructure bill, with known origins, a new smart contract, their new user interface, right? Walking people through things, right? Their new smart contract for ERC 721 tokens on chain. Does this make them brokers? I believe it makes them brokers and they're liable to tax regulation in the United States, according to the new infrastructure bill. I'm Richard Shelby from Alabama or Alaska. God damn it! This makes them liable for more crypto taxes that are broad as fuck. Thoughts?
I don't know nothing about taxes. All I want to say is no. I don't listen to nothing from random people on the internet. Joking, by the way. And no telling people to DM me crap. How dare you?
You know who else? You know who else I didn't want to DM from? Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen getting billions in speaker fees on Zoom calls, right? From Citibank and Citadel. They paid for the SEC to put in this bullshit in an infrastructure bill that makes known origin liable as a broker for effectuating, right, any form of currency being distributed and blah, blah, blah. It made no fucking sense, but you know what does make sense now? In a court of law, it says that known origin is reliable because they're distributing new smart contracts and ERC 721 tokens and ERC 20 tokens within ERC 721 tokens. If you're listening, that's what the fuck they said. That means that they're double liable for taxes. Rizzle, they're double liable. They're double like Rizzle's 2 Z's in his name. Not just 1 Z, 2 Z's, like Gen Z.
I guess you'll need to find them a good lawyer then, Show.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
Uno reverse. Infinite.
Draco Nate, don't you care about your friends? You find them a lawyer.
I don't know nothing about no lawyers. I don't know how to pick a good lawyer. You're the one talking about it all the time. You find it.
Paradox, say that on the microphone.
I said Known Origin is based in Manchester, England. Does that make a difference?
So what? You can trade USD for the euro in England, right?
This is true.
You can trade ERC 721 tokens and ERC20 and from America to England, right? If this infrastructure bill is so broad that it even affects, I mean, obviously, if I say international, I'm saying anything other than America. The world doesn't revolve around America, even though many Americans think that shit. I don't think that shit. It just moves innovation offshore, but it affects Known Origin's pockets. If I can't mint some shit and sell it on Known Origin, that was the sentence. I just ended it there. I ended it halfway to make you think. If I can't mint some shit on Known Origin, ... ellipses. Yes, Easy Land, you damn fucking Skippy. Skippy like Jiffy and Jiffy Lube. Skippy like smooth. Skippy and Jif peanut butter, not the crunchy version. This shit went by so smoothly. The motherfuckers voted for the shit and voted not to vote for the votes for the amendments and blocked the amendments because they wanted $75 billion more in defense spending, and then we fucked around and lost Kabul in Afghanistan. Anyway, no, I don't want to make this political, but you get my drift. You catch my drift. You catch my Skippy peanut butter. Shout out to that person who left the voice channel. Shout out to you. You love Janet Yellen. Thoughts, y'all. Known Origin is a crypto broker liable for thousands, trillions in crypto taxes because of their new innovation that they just created. You're sitting there squirming in your seat trying to understand what the fuck is happening right now. I thought this was the WIP. I thought this was the AFTIs. What is going on? Who's this guy yelling?
I think it should be renamed to Show Complains and Takes Hot Takes. Makes hot takes.
Who is that? Whose voice is that?
The same person who always trolls you.
Sandy.
Hey, I was just going to say, this is Sandy. I was just going to say that it's time to get to know how the richer gets richer and how the richer doesn't pay taxes. And, make sure that we're doing and following those same steps. I don't know much about taxes, and I used to do taxes maybe for companies 7 years ago, and I'm not even updated with everything. But now is the time to basically get on board with all those taxes and implication of things that we need to know. This is important. No, there's not two. Oh yeah, there is two Sandy Mayals, Musashi. Only on crypto boxes though. So that's my hot take.
Offshore bank accounts in Switzerland, not financial advice. Also probably joking, maybe. I don't know.
No, Sandy, no. I don't know that shit. You know why? Because speaking of rich and richer and all these things, Senator Richard Shelby from Alabama or Alaska wanted $75 billion in defense spending. He represents me. I'm his constituent in New York City, even though he represents Alabama or Alaska. I don't want to know shit about taxes. Taxes are too difficult. Sandy, no you. No you.
Okay.
God damn it! Moving on. Rah social. Shout out to MetaMick and Lawson. Hey, Lawson Baker is partying and shit in New York City. He was like, dude, come out. Let's go get some drinks. I'm like, dude, I have work to do. It's the crypto space. We're all about innovation. No, man, come on, man. We're going streaking. I'm like, dude, can you please stop DMing me? Leave me. He's making my DMs all hyped up and rah and shit. I'm trying to be responsible. I'm trying to be responsible in my life. I've been streaking unshaven in these streets for too long. I'm trying to get a grip on my life. OBJ has a crypto punk. I'm trying to figure it all out. All right. Speaking of rah-rah social, again, this infrastructure bill is so vague, right? I would have talked about this last week, right? This infrastructure bill is so vague, right? Here's my hot take about Rah Rah Social's brand new app with the auctioneering and making it all exciting and shit, right? And the gifts and the emojis. Auctioning NFTs and distributing them now makes MetaMick and Lawson brokers because of the infrastructure bill. It makes them brokers because through auction they're like, oh wait, you're distributing things through a live auction. You're effectuating trades. Rah Rah Social is going to be implicated for taxes. They're just like a minor, not to be confused with 4chan. If you catch my drift, they're Rah Rah Lawson Baker and MetaMick are they're effectuating coins. They're liable for taxes. Rah Rah Social. Now, Janet Yellen is going to be coming for Rah Rah Social thoughts.
Here's my thoughts. How about we just poop on these regulations and bills and crap, huh?
How do you think Citibank is going to
You got to pay all the taxes so we can, bring more advanced weaponry to just leave in the hands of like random other.
Who is that?
If we don't pay our taxes, how will Afghanistan get their weapons?
Listen, I agree, right, that we need more defense spending. I want to know why Rah Rah Social, not why, I know why. Rah Rah Social, they're crypto miners, they're doing auctioneering and auctioning, and they're giving away these tokens to these Gen Z people. Rah Rah Social is required to pay taxes according to the infrastructure bill. Has anyone read the infrastructure bill? Do you know what I'm talking? Do you listen to what I say?
I print it out and I put it on the toilet seat and I poop on it.
How do you think Janet Yellen's gonna feel if you poop on her infrastructure bill? How do you think?
I don't care.
How do you think the tired, the poor, the hungry, right, are going to feel if you defecate on this infrastructure bill? In the infrastructure bill,
does it benefit them in any way?
Rah Rah Social through effectuating trades is going to pay for breathalyzers in every single car moving on from 2023. Rah Rah Social is going to be paying for the reasoning behind people hitting deers on highways. Right?
How about we just have like some stuff going to charity instead, and then this way like people voluntarily do it, and they'll probably get a lot more money because people like want to support certain things, instead of it just being taxed for no reason and taking 90% of 89.89% of what belongs to them to the people for stuff that they don't even know where it goes to, and where most of it, where it's being told it goes to, it probably isn't. So therefore, I poop on it.
You're not making any sense, and
you never make sense.
I was told by my grandparents that anytime someone brings up percentages and pie charts in an argument, they're lying their fucking asses off, and that's exactly what Janet Yellen did. She brought pie charts and percentages and all sorts of other shit.
99% of all percentages are made up, so do it that way you will.
I poop on that. Moving on.
Thank you.
Moving on. Last but not least, we had Varian and Kitty Bass, a collaborative effort. I believe someone said this. It wasn't coined by me. Someone said that this is the first COVID collaboration with two people afflicted by the COVID virus. That's unfortunate. Really sorry to hear that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it did actually occur last year too, just for the record, just people probably didn't admit it, you know, but this is the first time I think people are vocalizing it. So it may not have been the first, but it's totally okay. Who gives a fuck who's first or who's last, right? Here is my hot take, right? Crypto artists, according to this infrastructure bill, are liable for taxes by creating their crypto art and putting them on platforms. You, my friend, are effectuating transfers, right? You're a broker, you're a miner. By creating a crypto art piece and creating additions, you're mining. And then once a collector buys up your piece, you're a miner, you're a shadowy crypto coder.
BS.
Thoughts?
Gigantic BS.
Thoughts?
Hey,
Rendered
this is
flesh
Sandy again.
hold on. Sorry, Sandy. Rendered flesh, no you. Rendered flesh, no you. Sorry, Sandy. Go ahead.
Okay, so I Googled how do the rich avoid taxes with art. So to avoid this, you will buy a painting worth 20 million. Then you send the painting you purchased directly to a free port to avoid paying both sales and use tax. Free port. To avoid paying taxes, many collectors use free ports for storing their art. So free ports.
What? Huh?
What? In the butt?
Show, I got something else for you. Is it true that if you do hold crypto without making a trade or sale on it for over a year, that you don't have to pay capital gains taxes on that?
Wait, hold on. Please phrase your question in the form of a rhetorical statement. I don't understand what you're saying right now. What?
Do you have to pay taxes on cryptocurrency that you've sold to cash if it's been sold to cash and sitting in your account for over a year in the form of fiat? Go.
Here's my answer to you. No, you. No, you. No, you. You know why? No, you. No, you. Because Sandy's Googling all sorts of other shit. Do your own research. Don't get somebody else's research, Sandy Meows. As a crypto artist, you're an artiste. Just like Varian said, you are a business. You learn about. Varian had all kinds of cool shit to say on CoinDesk. You know, I skimmed through it. I that's just like skim milk. You know, I like my things half and half. You know, no extra creamer. I skimmed through a little CoinDesk article to feel as fancy as Janet Yellen was fucking feeling doing Zoom calls for $7 million and she only gets paid $200K a fucking year. And through taxes, we pay for her salary, mind you. But now she's rolling in fucking dough overseas in the Cayman Islands. Unfortunately, I hope CZ, right, from Binance isn't over there because they're operating without licenses. If you didn't know anything about what Binance is going through, Binance is being fucked over by damn near everybody, firing CEOs after 3 months. Do your research, Google. Hopefully Binance will get themselves out of trouble and maybe make themselves a legal entity, and then maybe we can tax the shit out of them. Yo, thank you so much, everybody, for coming through to this edition of the Afties. Last week, we didn't have the Afties because you know why? My teeth were rotting from all the shit that I talk. Oh, fucking yeah, motherfucker. Shout out to the leadership team in Token Smart. I love each and every single one of you. Shout out to the WIP crew. You know, you motherfuckers know I love you. Shout out to all of the WIP fam. I love every single one of you. Please keep your eyes and ears. If you still listening, motherfuckers, keep your eyes and ears on the weekly events channel. We got some awesome things coming up later on this afternoon/evening right here in Token Smart. Much love. See y'all later, motherfucker.